is it that really grabs you, that gives you enough of a pause to recognize your own heartbeat or breathing rhythm? For me, it could be a number of things. A particular song, the sight and sound of the ocean's waves crashing against the shoreline, a spectacular sunset, the smell of fresh rain, the sound of voices quietly whispering, or silence. Are you with me, or has your mind drifted? If you're still with me and your mind has drifted, you're off to a great start. Whatever it is that grabs your attention or gives you pause to appreciate the moment is a prelude to awareness, a map to the promise of living in the moment. This is also known as mindfulness and is quite simply an act of removing distractions and seeing life for how it truly exists in a given moment. These moments should be savored. All too often, we ignore the significance of an experience and allow it to escape without truly recognizing it. Not to worry, however, because despite the speed at which most of these moments pass, they're still etched upon our hearts and minds in a manner that's deeply personal and potentially spiritual. All we have to do is learn to recognize them, appreciate them, and to allow them to reinvigorate the deepest part of us. We're going to step out on a journey together. I'll be with you until it's time to let you go and discover your own unique experiences. Trust that you'll never truly be alone, however. We never are truly alone. That's one of the awesome truths of the essence of awareness. Everything is connected. The first part of this lesson was designed to help you to get to know yourself better by pulling in some of the things from your subconscious to your conscious awareness. We learn the importance of embracing who we are in terms of our strengths, weaknesses, abilities, and limitations. This self-analysis exercise helped you to better understand how self-awareness, simply stated, is your ability to consciously discern your own character, motives, emotions, and desires as separate, unique, and distinct from the world at large. That's not to say, however, that you're separated from the world. You're actually very much a part of it. So, having completed the first part of this lesson, you're off to a great start on getting to know yourself better. In order to get to know yourself even more, however, you must continue to understand the profound impact of self-awareness. Right now, no matter what position or lot in life you occupy, you should know with certainty that you are unique. There is literally no one like you in all of creation. Until you fully grasp that concept, you're ill-prepared to venture out and truly discover what lies ahead. Your every discovery is relative to your unique perspective. So, open your mind to the truths that lie within and allow them to come forth through the process of self-discovery, as we've already begun doing throughout these lessons. Allow the insight you've already gained to become a part of you through acceptance and reflection. As a reminder, I'll need you to do your level best to set bias and logic aside. I realize that can be a big deal for some of you. After all, these are filters we've learned to use to protect ourselves. But I promise that when you do set them aside, the truth will reveal itself. In other words, you'll know it when you see it and experience it. To avoid going too far off topic, let's focus on the fundamentals of how we can become more aware of our reactions to situations that best serve and support our intentions to achieve our goals. In addition to the internal self-evaluation we've already accomplished, there are 3 actions you can do to increase your overall sense of personal awareness. Before we get into them, I want to let you know that I've devoted a specific video to each one of them because of their importance to your continued development. I've included the first action in this video to keep the great momentum we have going. So let's get to it. Be sure to write each of these actions down in your workbook as we go along. Action 1. Be observant of your surroundings and your own senses. As you become more aware of the things that surround you at any given moment, you become more attuned to the universe as a whole. Most people are simply unaware until they're reminded to wake up and look around at the things we all typically take for granted. Stay with me here because this is profoundly simple, but equally as powerful. Once you begin to notice the details of life, you begin to see life through new eyes. So what kind of details am I talking about? The kind we touched on earlier. A sunset. trees swaying in the breeze, the smell of salt air, beech or pine trees in the forest, the sound of birds overhead. The key is to be on alert for the smallest details that most people easily take for granted and often overlook. It truly is that simple. Let's give it a try. I want you to pause for just a few minutes right now and look around you. Find the smallest detail and focus on it. Rediscover it. It doesn't matter how insignificant it appears. Notice the details on whatever you're focusing on. Take nothing for granted and allow the nuances to resonate with you. Observation is the first step to awareness. Your willingness and ability to see or notice the details of life is met with a promise by the universe to show you even more than you initially bargained for. Your new insight and awareness will then begin to show you other things. Opportunities you may have easily missed or swept aside. Clues or insights to situations you can leverage to your advantage. Coincidental introductions to the right people at the right time for the right reasons. Your capacity and joy for learning will also begin to rise as you gain insight that comes with your increasing awareness. You may also experience a greater sense of gratitude for the sheer amount of detail that you've taken for granted for so long. That is certainly one of the benefits I cherish most. Keep practicing this action and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the details that will emerge. The toughest part of this exercise is remembering to practice it. It may help to place a reminder note in a few places to help you get started. The more you practice, however, the more natural you'll become at doing it.